What's up, my friends? This is Dante coming to you live with a new boxing chat after the fights for the Edward Berlanga versus Hamzah Sheeraz fight, and then talk about the fight underneath of that, the undercard, with Stevenson versus William Zepeda. All right, so look, everybody, for those that have watched the fight, what an explosive night of boxing. Edward Berlanga versus Hamzah Sheeraz was an amazing blockbuster. I think one for the ages. For those that don't know, Edward Berlanga is from New York. He was coming in as like the star of the show. Also, he was completely considered the heel of the bout, which he was looked at as like this kind of bad boy, tough guy that wanted to be able to say he's going to knock Sheeraz out. And you know, Sheeraz was kind of just playing as the nice guy, chill. I'm just here to box and, you know, make my mark in the sport. And they went at it for 5 rounds, and it was a lot of back and forth for the first 4 rounds, a lot of big punching. And then, you know, dynamites started being landed in the 4th round. And Sheeraz, as he was exchanging with Edward, had caught Edward with a left hook, and then he went a couple other shots and then hit him on the way while he was falling down, and dropped Edward Berlanga for the first time. And he got back up, he was tough, he shook it off, came right back instead of clinching and trying to get his head together because he was a little dizzy, it looks like, when he got up. He went right back into the trenches and tried to be able to just fight. And again, Sheeraz just caught Edward and dropped him again. And then he got back up. The round was over, bang, 5th round starts, and they go right back at it again. And then within maybe the first 15 seconds, 20 seconds maybe, Hamzah caught Edward with a couple shots and dropped him, and the referee waved it off. And no matter what y'all thought about Edward's performance, you got to give it to him. The dude is a dog, man. He got up a couple times, and I mean, he made for a legendary bout that none of us are going to forget. And he'll be back, man. I think we need to, you know, not allow for fighters, if they take a loss, to just count them out and just be like, oh, they a bum now. It's like, nah, like, he's still good. We're going, you know, I'm sure his matchmaking promoters are going to get him some nice next bouts to help him get his skill and confidence up, and put him back in big blockbuster, you know, fights like he had last weekend. So great win for Hamzah Sheeraz. I'm sure he's going to be looked at more as a star in the sport. And, you know, kudos to both guys. All right, let's go to this Stevenson versus William Zepeda. All right, y'all, so Shakur showed us something that is a different look for him in a professional bout when it counts. We are normally used to Shakur being able to use his legs and think about his defense to block and counter shots with 1 or 2 combinations and stepping around his opponents. Last weekend, he did not do that. He decided to exchange in close proximity with William Zepeda, which sounds like a bad idea. But Shakur held his ground and was piecing this guy apart while also taking punishment. He didn't get beat up, but he was given just as good as he was taking. And Shakur landed the eye-catching shots when Zepeda did a lot of grunt work. He was throwing a lot in combination. And I mean, man, for those boxing pugilists out there, this is definitely a fight for you all to go back and catch on YouTube and study, because it was a lot of great exchanges. It was a lot of great work for both men. Shakur showed he can really be able to stand in there and be able to land clean shots to the head and to the body. And Zepeda, we got to give this guy a lot more clout. He is really good coming forward, throwing hard shots, using his jab really accurately. And I mean, and you know, shout out to both guys, man. They gave a great performance. And Shakur is, I'm sure now, in the eyes of most people, looked at as the best in the division. He still is most likely going to try to be able to land big bouts with Tank and, you know, maybe Roach, the winner of that fight, or whoever else, man. It's going to be really interesting. I saw him and Conor Ben chatting back and forth, saying they may fight next. But, you know, no matter what, Shakur, again, is definitely one of the best in boxing. We need to give him his credit, and just really appreciate all these young fighters stepping up and taking these hard bouts. So anyway, that's Boxing Chat. After the fights, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube at 1 minute or less, so Dante's Boxing Gym. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Dante's Boxing Gym at 1 minute or less. Look forward to giving y'all a lot more content, and hope y'all having a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.